Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, please allow for me to introduce myself to you. My name is Vanessa Somuayina and you guys know me as your big sis from the internet as well as your favorite tarot reader here on YouTube. And for today's video, I have your April predictions and horoscopes prepared for you. Guys, I am so excited for April. But literally, can you believe the way Mercury is trolling us this April? Mercury is literally going into retrograde on April 1st. What kind of April Fool's joke is this? But you guys know, my perspective is that we all create our own realities, and I'm simply using tarot as a tool to visualize and verbalize, take the next steps towards your dream life. So let's get into it, you guys. This is how your April predictions and horoscopes work. I will shortly be introducing you to 3 symbols which I will put on the screen, and now listen carefully. I would like for you to pick one of these 3 symbols in order for you to receive the first part of your reading. Because you guys know my predictions are super personalized. So basically the symbol that you choose will make up the first part of your April prediction. And of course it doesn't end there. As you guys know, the unicorn mom did not come to play. Because once you've received that first part of your April prediction, which is based on the symbol that you chose, you get to scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section where I've got the timestamps for all signs of the zodiac. Feel free to tune into your zodiac sign, which is also known as your sun sign. And if you are a bit of an astrology geek and you're familiar with your birth chart, don't be afraid to also tune into your moon and rising signs. And furthermore, all of my custom crystal jewelry that I'm wearing in this video can be found linked below in the description box. And of course, if you love the way that I read tarot and you want to become a tarot reader yourself, the link to my tarot reader course is in the description box too. And if you simply found this safe sanctuary, which is my channel here on the internet, and you came to vibe, enjoy, and just chill, of course, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss out on another monthly horoscope. So yeah, you guys, I want to keep this intro short and to the point so we can get into your readings. I will shortly be putting up the 3 symbols right here on the screen for you to choose from. And once you've selected your favorite one, simply click your timestamp and I'll catch you during your April predictions and horoscopes. Hello, my beautiful souls of symbol 1. What is up? I can't wait for us to get into your April readings so we can figure out precisely what is going to be coming towards you during this month that is set to be one of the most intense months of the year 2024. We've got eclipses coming towards us, a Mercury retrograde that is playing a funny joke on us by starting on April 1st, April Fool's Day, and a Jupiter-Uranus Great Awakening. So let's see what this means for you, group number 1, in the first part of your reading. So we've got unappreciated and the number 8, as well as devoted and the number 12. So group number 1, what I can see here immediately is that feeling unappreciated is something that you've experienced before. Even though you were so devoted, you put all of your energy towards a cause, towards a person, towards a connection. And you realize that sometimes it doesn't matter how much of yourself you put into something, how devoted you are. If it's the wrong person, the wrong job, you will still feel unappreciated. So the thing about you here in April is that you are putting your devotion towards a space where that is no longer an issue, and it's no longer an emotional state that you need to deal with, because for you, you've learned your lesson. You know what it's like to be in a space where you feel as though you are not being treated in a reciprocal way to what you're putting out there. So if you feel like you're overworked and underpaid, you're being guided to a different job. If you feel like you're overworked and underloved in a relationship, again, you're being guided elsewhere to another person, because this is probably just not the right connection for you. It hasn't been the right connection for you, group number 1. And here we have the number 18. So we have 8, 12, and 18, which are very beautiful numbers that go together pretty well. So I also want you to know that in the span of April, From the 1st up until the 8th, just as Mercury retrograde is beginning, you may feel kind of unappreciated and like something needs to shift, something needs to change. And then from the 12th onwards, you're devoted to making the changes that you need happen. So you're devoted to going to job interviews, to talking about how you feel unappreciated and what you need in order for that feeling to kind of clear up or go away. And then here in Guide, I see that shortly thereafter, you will be guided down the right path. Spirit is going to give you everything that you need and everything that you asked for in order to steer your life in a direction where you feel like your devotion is so appreciated and so much like loved, and you're given the raise that you finally deserve in every aspect of your life. So here within Buried in Earth, group number 1, if you have felt for a while, and I know this will sound really morbid, almost like you're just living in this casket, like you're living in this shell of who you could be or your former self. Do you know here that April is going to change a lot? There's going to be this transference where it felt almost like you were just getting a few sips of air every now and then, and feeling motivated may have been something that you struggled with now in the last couple weeks and months. But here, Buried in Earth shows that actually you were just preparing for your grand win. Actually, you were just preparing to come back up to kind of give yourself time to rest and take time away from other people who seem to always be doing something. Because you know that just overworking doesn't always mean that you're getting good results. Overworking doesn't always mean that you're making more money or that your life is actually even developing in the direction that you want. Sometimes we are just continuing on in a hamster wheel. And here within the West, I do see that that is something you want to purge. Like you've learned from the last couple years, group number 1, to gain wisdom, and that it's about taking the right action, not just constantly acting and constantly working, because that will just lead to burnout. And the thing here is that you're purging such habits in April, like overworking yourself for a job that underappreciates you, overworking yourself to not see any results. So I see that taking yourself a little bit away from the craziness from the world and even from work is going to, in the end, result in better results for you. And here the medicine mask shows that you're being really authentic. It's like you're taking off the mask of trying to be likable or allowing for people to make you feel like, oh, it's okay to just be in this hamster wheel and constantly overworked and literally working like 7 days a week for a job that doesn't even appreciate you, or allowing for a romantic partner to undervalue you by either not being very kind to you, not really showing interest in you at times, or even feeling as though communication is really lagging in your love life. The thing here with you is that you will not do what they're expecting you to do, which is to nag, to be mad, to go a little crazy, to say that you're not feeling it, to even like put forth an ultimatum. You're not doing that. Group number 1, you are doing the completely unexpected, and you're making them kind of squeamish because you're pulling back and you're taking time to think, and then you will act. And I see that here with the Ritter der Schwerte, which is the Knight of Swords, but all of my beautiful German-speaking signs of the Zodiac, you guys would understand. Ich liebe euch, ihr seid die Besten. Here within the Ritter der Schwerte, I can see that you're going to have intensity in April before a big high. So intensity and conflict. Don't be surprised if you argue with your boss, if you argue with your spouse or your partner, until there's like this high because they realize, they might lose you. They've maybe done something wrong. This tension is actually tension that puts them in a difficult situation if they end up losing you. And then you'll get exactly what you want towards the end of April, towards April 18th and beyond. You will get everything that you desire to guide you to this next part of life, in which here, within the 3 of Cups, you will enjoy. You will have like-minded people around you. You will have people supporting you, you will have people worshiping you, and also showing you that you're appreciated, that your work is appreciated, and you will be going out more. You will celebrate with all of your friends, girlfriends, just close acquaintances, what type of wins that you've been having throughout the month of April, especially the end of April, and how actually standing up for yourself and what you really want is the new vibe. That's what we're doing, and that actually is the only way to get results sometimes. Now, group number 1, this is the first part of your reading that I've received for you. Leave an owl emoji below in the comment section if you made it all the way to the end and you enjoyed it. But now it's time for us to hop on over into your zodiac signs portion of this reading, which will make for the second, even more intricate part of your April prediction. So scroll back down into the description box, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and I'll catch you during the second part of your April reading. Hello, my lovely souls of group and symbol 2. What is up? How are you doing? And I hope that you're feeling just as excited as I am to get into your April prediction. So this will make for the first part of your reading, which is based on the group of your choice before we move into your zodiac signs portion of your prediction. So we've already got 2 cards selected for you. Let's turn that into the magical number 3. So let's get started. First up, we've got Electra. Electra represents the shining star and glowing. This is your mantra. I no longer dim my light, I shine bright for all to see. Wearing very extravagant outfits, maybe even something that is a little bit fairy adjacent, something gold, sparkly, silver, with a lot of precious metals, and bringing out some of your favorite jewelry. That's what I see here with an Electra during the month of April for you, group number 2, that will make you feel really special and like yourself again, because you don't care what anyone thinks or says. Next up, we have Tegeta, which is the storyteller. So you are the narrator of your life. You're being very intentional in April. What you wear is intentional. Taking out the jewelry that your mother or your grandmother gave you, wearing that is intentional. Wearing a bracelet that took you a hard and long time to acquire, it is very intentional. And I see here within the Star Mother that actually it makes you feel really loved to be wearing these things, because you're not a materialistic person, group number 2. But wearing some precious metals and some stones, whether those be like white topaz or diamonds or gold, citrine as well, those are the different types of stones that I want you to know are going to make you feel really loved and totally supported during the month of April. And of course, you guys, I also have topaz and so on, citrine jewelry. The link is below in the description box for any of you who are interested in some of that, starting on out from the month of April to wear and to use as your energetic support system. So here with an unappreciated, I see why this is happening for you, group number 2. There is someone that has made you feel unappreciated, and that is why you are becoming so allergic to allowing others to narrate your life, because you've noticed that allowing for others to tell you who you are, to tell your story, is probably the biggest mistake that you can make for your own confidence. And because you're such a creative person, I see that here within your reading, it's very easy for you to feel unappreciated or to feel boxed in by others, because the visions that you have are so much greater than those of friends and family around you. Quite literally, when you talk to friends and family or even strangers, and you want to delve into your vision for the future, for your career, your love life, and your existence, you actually don't even go there anymore, because you already can tell when their eyes glaze over, when they disengage, that they don't really get it. They don't really understand it, that you think way too big for them, and it's hard for them to even comprehend where you're coming from. And a lot of people also feel threatened by you. That's also why not many people chat you up in public. Not a lot of people come up to you and flirt with you. When single, it almost feels like oh my God, am I actually unattractive? That's what I see here for you, group number 2. This also corresponds to the number 2. And the thing is that you're not, in group number 2, the thing is that you're not unattractive. It's just a lot of people feel intimidated and threatened. A lot of people feel as though if they come up to you, they may be unappreciated. Maybe you have a RBF. Maybe the thing is that you are quite attractive. That, by the way, this card popped out of the pile while shuffling already. So let me just finish the sentence. You are quite attractive, and that can intimidate other people and make them feel like you're definitely already committed and taken. There's no point in speaking to you. And the star just shows us here that actually in April, when you realize this, it will give you a lot of hope for the fact that these are actually positive attributes that you have with you physically. It's great the way you stand out, the way you dress. You probably dress nicer, differently, more eclectic than other people near you. And I also see here within the star that you're going to add something orange to your wardrobe during the month of April that is going to bring a lot of joy to you and make you feel like, you know what? I love treating myself, and I will only allow people in my life that treat me just as well as I do. And here within the tower, I love this depiction because it shows things shattering and you kind of making a run for it. And you see this burn mark here. So you're running away from anything that is destructive in April. You have finally gotten the ick when it comes to narcissistic and hard to deal with type of friends as well. So when you are noticing that there's a friend that literally not only attracts drama, they breed it, they create it, you're running away. You don't have time for that at all. Group number 2, you've made up your mind that that's not how you want to lead your life. And of course that doesn't bring you joy, so why stick around for it? Here within the 7 of Pentacles, there will be someone waiting, like leaning against the wall, just like we have here with this squirrel guy. And the 7 of Pentacles shows that this is someone that wants to create a life with you. This is someone that has been waiting for you to cross paths with them, and they're going to seem really cool, but also a little bit sassy, a little bit self-confident as well. And the thing here is that that's precisely what you need. You need more of these red squirrels in your life that know what they want, that know where they're going, that are actually building rather than complaining. Because the biggest thing for you is that hanging around toxic people or self-proclaimed victims, it just makes you constantly want to ask them, okay, I understand you're going through these hardships, but like, what are you doing about it? But you know, it's not possible to do that with certain people. And here within the 3 of Swords, I do see that April is going to be an intense month of witnessing here, witnessing a heartbreak here near you, of witnessing someone who feels so unappreciated and threatened by the outer world, and who is ending up in a situation where they are trying to use you in order to just have like an emotional crutch and so on. And that's what you're running away from here in the Tower. You are, of course, a supportive friend and person, but you are not someone's boxing bag. You are not someone's punching bag is what I meant to say, group number 2. And you're just not here for anyone who just wants to use you as that and then move on with their life. Also here within creative and the 7 of Pentacles, I see that planning a trip with another person is one thing you will actually put your money where your mouth is. So you will actually book the ticket. It may be the concert ticket or the flight, the accommodation, and you're actually going to make that a fixed plan for what is coming next within your life. And having a real getaway that lays ahead is going to be such a beautiful change and such a way of feeling motivated when you think of it. So I want you to leave a star emoji below in the comment section to represent group number 2, as we're at the end of this first part of your reading. And now we'll move into your zodiac signs portion of your prediction. So just scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, then click your zodiac signs timestamp, and you will be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your April reading, which will make for your entire April prediction and horoscope. So I'll catch you over there. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to the first part of your April predictions and horoscopes. I hope that you enjoyed choosing from the 3 different groups that I presented to you during the intro of this video. But now let's talk all things April for group number 3, shall we? April is said to be one of the most intense months of the year. We've got eclipses, a Mercury retrograde, Jupiter, Uranus, Great Awakening. There's a lot going on here, and also travel is better during the end of the month. So if you had travel plans for the start or the middle of April, if you can move them to the end of the month, you will be able to avoid a lot of hiccups, group number 3. But let's get into your reading. So first up, beauty sleep. Group number 3, have you been sleeping enough? Have you been getting beauty sleep, or have you been burning the midnight oil? Have you been overworking yourself? Have you been staying up late, kind of doing nothing, procrastinating going to bed? There is a term called bedtime revenge, when you didn't get enough time for yourself throughout the day, and then you kind of want to take revenge out on the day or yourself, and you stay up really late. But you know that that will cause the same vicious cycle the next morning of not feeling like you've slept enough because you haven't slept enough because you went to bed too late. So your guides are calling you out, and they're saying to you, hey, it's time for you to get some real beauty sleep. Stop playing these games when it comes to your bedtime. Next up, we've got endless serendipity. So follow step number 1, which is get enough beauty sleep, and find that endless serendipity comes towards you, because all of a sudden you've got time for everything. Just imagine, group number 3, imagine a world like that when you go to bed at 8 or 9 p.m. and you wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. completely refreshed because you got 8 hours of sleep or more. And imagine having this entire day ahead of you, no one getting on your nerves early in the morning because you're up before the entire world, and you get to take care of you and already be productive. And by noon, it's like you've almost already done your entire work for the day. Another thing here in April that I see for you is spring cleaning. So not only optimizing your sleep and therefore your work schedule, but also decluttering. I see a new Hoover coming your way, a new little cordless guy, and I also see some champagne. I see some boxes, some moving boxes for you. We've got a mop, so you're cleaning, you're bringing your space into order, and we have all of this wrapping paper here, okay? You are unwrapping new things, so getting rid of the old, unwrapping the new, and moving, decluttering, getting rid of the things that you don't truly need, group number 3. This is a very healthy approach to the upcoming month, to get rid of old energy that is just really stagnant in your life. So here we've got the Empress of the Night, which represents the finale. Now, what she's trying to say is, after the storm, I emerge a shiny new star. What this Empress of the Night represents is, after a challenging time, after a storm, after a big move, after investing a lot of your energy into something that just ate up a lot of energy too, you emerge as a shiny new star. And in order to emerge as shiny as possible, don't forget the beauty sleep. The Empress of the Night corresponds to the number 8. Beauty sleep corresponds to the number 18. 8 is the number of infinity, of abundance, and of greatness and generosity. Give yourself infinite amounts of rest and sleep, or at least what feels like infinite amounts of rest and sleep during the month of April. Say no to people asking you out for lunch dates or dinner dates, and instead prioritize your rest. Know that after a storm, you will emerge strong again, but you also need to take some time to allow your body to actually rebuild its strength. So here within Beloved Zeus, we've got the Lovers, as you can see. So the cosmic union is destined for greatness. Remind yourself that the right person will have you feeling held, and will have you feeling as though you are both one, and you're almost like in any challenging situation together, like you're floating together on this rock in the universe, and like nothing else matters other than the relationship. So the Beloved Zeus and the Lovers shows us here that the month of April does bring a lot of feeling really held, feeling really close to someone, also being intimate and nude with another person here. We have this just intertwining of two souls, and knowing here that with the right person, this union is destined for greatness. The Hierophant, I love this depiction of the Hierophant. It is so fun, so eclectic, so different. The Hierophant actually corresponds on a planetary level to the zodiac sign of Taurus. So let me tell you, if you're a Taurus sun or Taurus rising, the Hierophant is like the ultimate sign of stability in April for you. You will find that it feels so natural for you while others are freaking out for you to actually stay calm and content. For all of my non-Taurus suns and Taurus risings, the Hierophant shows us here a very like eclectic side of you that isn't afraid to have this 70s vibe. But aside from that, you know, eating healthy things, unlocking the keys to feeling like no matter how you dress or what you do, as long as you love it, that's all that matters, and actually moving your body more. So doing more dancing, and you can do that at home or quite literally go to dance classes, but exercising more too. Like you are getting ready for summer, you are making sure that you're looking and feeling really hot. And I see here within the High Priestess that this is not just something that you want to do for an external glow up. You're kind of tired of the glow up culture by this point, but the High Priestess shows us that there's a lot more depth that comes into the reasoning as to why you're moving more, you're taking better care of your body, you're even looking into gut health, healing your gut. As already mentioned, eating lots of green leafy stuff. Now, the High Priestess shows us that you're educating yourself on this because you know that it will make for a life that feels more purposeful and whole when you feel good. And you actually want to do what's best for you so you can feel amazing internally, so you can have a real stability of who you are. And of course, that will always radiate on the outside. If you take amazing care of yourself internally, then it will also show on an external level, on a physical, kind of more shallow level. And the High Priestess is also a card of being in tune with feminine cycles and the moon, and understanding that your cycle is also a time for self-reflection and maybe even some tantric sensual activities with another person. Your body is like this vessel in which you have the sun, you have water, you have mountains, things are moving. And the thing is, like, when you understand how sacred your body is with all its cycles and movements on an internal level, you may want to explore that with another person. As you can see here, this represents, can you see the body here within this card? And this also connects to master number 11. So we're not shocked, group number 3, if you're exploring different heights, different parts of your body during the month of April, even with another person, you're being intimate, you're having this tantric kind of experience where rather than just like trying to get the deed done really quickly, you're more about enjoying, exploring, and actually figuring out that your body can do some crazy things that you didn't think possible. It can react in some ways that it never did before, because you've never actually given your sensuality time with a person. It was just like, let's get to it, let's rush through it, let's like get to the high as quickly as possible, if you know what I mean, and then sleep or then move on or do it again. But I see that you're actually like savoring your moments, your sensual and intimate moments during the month of April. And here within the warrior, the thing is like, you have strengthened your mind so much to the degree that you don't feel the need for any kind of validation about whether you're good in bed or you're good on a romantic level. You know you are. You know what you have to offer. And you're also not worried about showing your body anymore in a nude way. You're not worried about how someone may perceive your body. I see here with the warrior that you have so many bigger goals and accomplishments in life that you just enjoy your sensuality, you enjoy your experiences with a lover and another person, but you also have like bigger fish to fry when it comes to your purpose in life, and that's just one aspect of you. So there's not going to be this huge obsession with how another person thinks of you or constantly being in a state of like lust or pleasure. You're really focused here on the big picture too, and on some of the more philanthropic parts of what you want to do for your life's purpose and for this world. And of course, you can't do everything at once. If you've always dreamt of like building a shelter, a school, helping those less privileged than you, it's one step at a time, but you're taking these steps during the month of April. I'm so proud of you for this, group number 3. So we've made it to the end of the first part of your reading. Leave a little crescent moon emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you represent group number 3, because that is the only way one would know. And then head back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section to click your zodiac sign, and then we'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your April prediction, which is based on your sign. So I'll catch you over there, group number 3. Hello, my gorgeous Aries baby, and welcome to your April 2024 predictions, which is based on your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading where you got to pick from the 3 groups and 3 symbols that I had prepared for you. But now let's talk all things Aries, shall we? So let's get into it. First up, we've got the Ancient Grandmother, which is also the very first card of this beautiful Star Temple Oracle deck. Now, the Ancient Grandmother represents a teacher. She represents a teacher that leads with self-knowledge. So April for Aries is going to come with a mentor who is guiding you and who is sharing their wisdom with you, as we've got the owl represented up here as well, and we've got the scarab beetle too. So this shows a leader that is a lot older than you, that also comes from a background that has a little bit of this ethnic vibe to it, that has a little bit of this, I want to say also some native ties, and we have someone who isn't afraid to tell you the truth and to express themselves. So this card, my Aries baby, seems like it wants to say something to you. So here we've got the storyteller. So Tegeta, the storyteller, is all about your intention and being the narrator of your own life. And that's precisely also what the Ancient Grandmother is going to share with you, how you can become the storyteller of your life, how you can become the narrator of your own story and of creating your own history here on planet Earth, because there are different steps that you can take, my beautiful Aries, to get to that point where you can use your pioneering energy to manifest your wildest dreams into reality. Next up, we've got the Amazon Queen. So if you've always loved native civilizations, but also Amazon, everything that has to do with South America, I want you to know here in the Amazon Queen that this is a representation of the energy that flows through South America and that beautiful continent, somehow bringing its way to you in April and showing you how devoted you really are as being a little warrior of the universe, and showing you that you're stronger than you've given yourself credit for on so many different occasions. And my gorgeous Aries, let's also not be surprised if you feel drawn to medicine rituals, if you feel drawn to actually going to South America, to looking more into plant medicine. One of the more infamous ones is, of course, ayahuasca, but there are so many other plant medicines out here that are also a little bit less intense, if you will, and even just using plant-based medicines, ointments, and creams in your day-to-day life and creating your own potions and concoctions. Next up here within the 7 of Cups, for you in April, my gorgeous Aries, I want you to know that you've got a lot of choices when it comes to love and friendship. The 7 of Cups shows that you're really popular. There's so many people that want to hang with you, vibe with you, spend time with you. You'll get invitations for birthdays, for going out, also dates. Even if you are in a committed relationship, trust me, those invites are still going to come. And people are just wanting to have you around them and in their lives during the month of April. This is the Death card, which first and foremost, don't freak. This doesn't mean literal death. This just means a transformation. The Death card is indicative of creating newness and allowing for the old to just be gone. So the Death card shows up when you've gotten everything you can out of a specific situation and you're allowing for a transformation to take place so you can bring in the new and allow for everything that is old and needs to rest to just in a way die off, as harsh as it sounds. But I also see here like losing a plant. Okay, if you are notorious for not being able to keep a plant alive, I am sorry, my beautiful Aries babies. April is another month of tragedy in your household when it comes to plants. And one thing that I also see here within the death card is that this transformation is actually going to make you feel as though you can finally let go of parts of you that felt so neglected. You know, when you kind of, as a kid, either by parents or by friends that you had, you felt neglected, you felt like they didn't really like invest the time and the care and the interest that they should have. And when you kind of like let go of that narrative of you being uninteresting or not worthy of like the time and care and the attention, that's what we've got here in correlation to the death card. You can actually free yourself from difficult, challenging feelings that you have still dealt with or maybe still affected you to this day, such as neglect. And I see here that it's all about alchemizing. It's all about knowing that every emotion and every chemical process in your body and in your brain is meaningful and holds its own function, but you don't have to let it control your life forever or control the narrative of where your life is taking you. And you are precisely like stepping into the power of taking over the control by yourself. Like we spoke about here within Taigeta, you become the storyteller of your own life rather than allowing a story to dictate where your life is headed. So next up, we've got be open to receiving. So for you, the month of April actually brings gifts. Don't be surprised if you get some beautiful pink roses and flowers, also pink tulips. Another thing in being open to receive is not saying no to compliments. Like if someone compliments you, rather than saying, oh no, like I'm not that cute, or I don't look this good, or oh, this old dress, or oh no, I'm not that anything. Like not doing that, but just accepting compliments, even if it feels weird and in a way like kind of conceited at first. Turn things upside down. What if you accepted every single compliment and you chose to vividly live it and believe it? What if someone told you you looked amazing and then you actually acted accordingly? You almost became a little sassy that day. You walked around with your head held high, your shoulders back, an amazing body posture, an amazing kind of field of confidence and energy around you. And you're like that at work, you're like that on your commute to work, you're like that on your lunch break, on your weekends. Imagine whom and what you can attract into your life, whether it's a promotion, whether it's a lot of people kind of telling you that you're attractive and asking for your number and trying to go out with you. Also the right friends that can elevate you in every sense of the way. That's one thing that I can see here, that you're easily attracting to you with a newfound energy that you're curating for yourself during the month of April. And do know that you will have a lot of female influences during the month of April. There's a lot of feminine energy here. So the femininity of being able to receive, being in your receiving energy, is not only calling to you, but it's also something that you're learning to do by looking at other very inspirational female leaders and friends that you aspire to be like, and you're seeing that they receive with ease. And you're basically just copying that and allowing for the magic to work through your life. So my beautiful Aries baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Do leave a turtle emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're an Aries, because that is the only way that anyone would know. You'd have to be an Aries and watch your reading all the way to the end. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if this is the first time that you're here and you enjoyed your April horoscope. So my beautiful Aries, I'm wishing you an amazing day or night wherever you are on this gorgeous planet, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous Taurus babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your reading. I hope that you enjoyed picking from the 3 symbols at the start of this video, but now let's delve into all things Taurus, shall we? So first up, we have the Fool. The Fool is the first card of the major arcana within the tarot. If you've taken my tarot masterclass, then you know all about this card. It's about feeling youthful, fresh, young, being able to do anything basically, and also sometimes blissfully unaware of some danger that lies ahead. I accidentally knocked some of the cards on our deck over here, but it's all good. So being blissfully unaware and sometimes naive to what could go wrong is actually a recipe for success in many instances. Think of it. If you were to overthink how many businesses fail and therefore you never start your own business, you may just miss out on being a billion-dollar business owner. And if everyone thought that way, then there would be no successful businesses at all. If you thought to yourself, well, the chances of me meeting the love of my life are 1%, so why should I even go on this date? Well, you may just miss out on them. They may be the 1% that would have showed up this evening, but you didn't give it a chance. Remember that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, my gorgeous Taurus babies. So don't be too comfortable or get too much in your comfort zone to take some of these shots. Now, the Knight of Cups shows us that you're receiving a message, a love note. So this is either a Instagram DM or a text message by someone who is really into you and professing their love to you, my gorgeous Taurus baby. So they want to be with you. They want to ride into your life like a knight on a white horse. And they're the type of person who is maybe even like dangling the carrot a little bit. And by dangling the carrot, I mean professing their love, but at the same time, they are a little bit of a player type of person, not gonna lie to you. They are a little bit of a charmer. Let's see what else this person wants. We've got the Two of Wands. Okay, so the thing here in them being a charmer is that they're not necessarily a charmer as in talking to a lot of other people, but they are a charmer in the sense of being very available to a relationship or making it seem as though they're super available to a relationship, but having so many things to do at work that actually being with them, you will find that it's important that you have your own life and your own things going on, because they definitely are the type of person who is very much busy with building their career, and they are very much like in their head about what steps to take next when it comes to building their empire, financially speaking. And here within the Chariot, that's where they want to take strides forward. They want fast forward movement in every area of their life, and that is influenced by the fast forward movement that they want from their professional lives. So because this person loves when things move quickly professionally, they also, once they like you, once they've set their eyes on you and they know you are the one, they're going to move pretty quickly into being in a committed relationship, proposing, marriage, starting a family. They don't play around once they've made up their mind. But let's see what else is coming towards you, my beautiful Taurus baby. Next up, we've also got the Star. So this will give you a lot of hope. Again, whether this is the one for you or it's just a nice little ego boost and you are enjoying the attention that you're getting, the love, the adoration and admiration, it's all good, my gorgeous Taurus baby, because it also gives you hope for the fact that no, you don't need to be alone for the rest of your life and die alone, basically. Like we all kind of have this vision in some of our vulnerable and very lonely moments. It is actually showing you how lovable you are and how much people actually admire and adore you and want to be around you. Next up, we've got the little star. This is about your inner child being whole and complete, and the month of April allowing you to do a little bit of past life regression almost and delving into the inner child that you once were. So you will have some flashbacks of things that couldn't have happened in this lifetime, my beautiful Taurus baby, and these flashbacks are going to be of you being a child in another lifetime. So you being a child in a civilization before ours where the struggle was real and children were be meant to seen and not heard, and you having gone through every day kind of wishing to be an adult or wishing for things to be differently. So you're going to have these regressions, and it's going to be heavy emotionally because you're going to see some things that will make you so grateful for the childhood that you did have, even if your childhood wasn't perfect and you had your own traumas. from your childhood, but you're just going to see how far you've come from this place that you originated from in your past lives, and how things have actually been able to improve in the society that you were in, and also within yourself, the strength that you've built. Next up, we have the Jade Star. Now, the Jade Star is about surrendering. You're ready to let go with self-compassion. So you're letting go of something that was holding you back. The Jade Star, it's giving me here something you wanted to do, and you're just realizing it's maybe not all that it was made out to be. One thing I'm getting here is something that causes you to be in your divine masculine. It could be actually stepping back from a specific job title or way of doing business that isn't serving you. And that doesn't mean giving up on your dreams professionally or financially. It just means you're being real with yourself about the fact that some of the odds are stacked against you in a way that there's no point in battling them. It's actually easier to pave your own way. Like if you work in a corporate environment where it's already clear to you, you can't properly advance your payroll, you cannot properly actually grow in that company because there are just other people and other genders and other nationalities that are destined to get promotions before you, and you will probably never be like the manager or CEO that you want to be in this lifetime. Why battle against a system that you can see is clearly set up against you when you can pave your own way, which is easier than trying to battle against something that you already know is going to deprive you of energy and life force unnecessarily. The oracle shows us a forecast. So also reminding yourself you are the oracle. Your intuitive insights, they flow freely and they will tell you exactly what to do. So don't worry so much about the how you're going to get there, how you're going to have the successful business, how you're going to make this money that you want to make every single month on a reoccurring basis. Just know here within the oracle and Caliano that you have this vision for a reason, and allow for your guides and spirit to show you the how rather than to be overthinking the how. Focus on the purpose, focus on the vision, take little intuitive steps every day towards your goals, and you will get there faster than you expected, my gorgeous Taurus baby. The Chariot is all about getting there. It's all about the journey and actually moving ahead more quickly than you ever expected. So my gorgeous Taurus babies, please do leave a horse emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and you received your reading, because that is the only way you would know. And if you enjoyed being in this space and you're completely new, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me and allow for the unicorn family to continue to grow and flourish here on YouTube. And wherever you are in this world, my gorgeous Taurus baby, I'm sending you love, and I cannot wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Gemini babies, and welcome to your April 2024 horoscope portion of your prediction. I hope that you enjoyed picking from the first part that I introduced you to during the intro of this video, where you got to select from the 3 groups. But now let's talk all things Gemini. So as a Gemini, you are known as the best communicator of the zodiac, and you are also ruled by Mercury. And let's just say April is going to be playing some tricks on us with Mercury going into retrograde on April Fool's Day. And let's see precisely what spell that you're being called to bring into your life for April in order to make sure that you can get through this month with strong energy as well as positive outcomes. So we've got this healing spell for you, which is called Wednesday Wisdom. For abundant blessings or spiritual enlightenment, burn a white candle anointed with lavender oil on your altar during a waning moon on Woden's Day, Wednesday. Place a single white rose in water and lay a bundle of dried white sage beside rose incense. Light the incense, then take the sage bundle, light the end, and pass the smoke over your altar to smudge the space. Then chant, "May grace be bestowed upon thy spirit, and so it is by magic sealed." So this is your Wednesday wisdom and the spell that you're meant to receive for the month of April, because I could just feel for my beautiful Geminis that you're going to need a little bit of added magic during this month that is said to be the most intense month of the year. Then next up, we've got the Enchanter. So the Enchanter is about your dreams. The Enchanter invokes in you wishing upon a star and your dreams coming true. So the month of April will bring a lot of your manifestations to life that you kind of thought were just meant to remain dreams. And this might also have to do with the fact that you are practicing some magic as well and some healing spells, and that actually this is creating the manifestations to come true in ways that you didn't think possible before. And next up here, we've got the Amber Star. So within the Amber Star, your guides are saying, let go, surrender, and also allow yourself to grieve. So my gorgeous Geminis, while you are awesome communicators and people love to have you around them as the life of the party and the person that can communicate with anyone, who's also great at business gatherings, get-togethers, birthdays, and so on, you also have a very vulnerable and soft side to you, but you don't get to show and explore that side as often because you're usually the people pleaser. You're usually the one who cracks jokes, who makes everyone else feel comfortable. But my gorgeous Geminis, what about you feeling comfortable? What about you feeling taken care of? What about allowing yourself to grieve some of the things that weigh heavy on your heart? And that's where I see here with an Earth that you definitely had your own fair share of experiences with the topic of loss, death, and betrayal. And I see here with an Earth that that's something that has rooted you in a place of being more careful than you used to be. Rightfully so. We are supposed to learn from our experiences, right? And use wisdom when we're moving forward to not make the same mistakes again. But I definitely see here that April also just allows for a safe space where you can connect with nature and other like-minded people who are going through grief and loss as well. And with that being said, you will be able to overcome some of the heaviness that is within your heart and that has been holding you back in many different ways. Now, the Dream Weaver is all about your dreams becoming accessible through this April process. Now, on one hand, my gorgeous Geminis, April is a month where your dreams are coming true. We had that within the Enchanter, and now the Dream Weaver further confirms that. And then on the other hand, it's also about letting go, allowing yourself to feel all the feels, to nurture yourself, to not judge what you're going through on an internal level and in your internal landscape. And I think this is a very healthy month of duality where, for one, you're processing some heaviness, some past traumas, and then on the other hand, you're also seeing a lot of your successes actually come true and finally be a part of your life in the way you've always wanted them to be. Now, the Seven of Pentacles shows someone who is just waiting for their opportunity really to connect with you, to ask you out, and to build with you. So I also see here, this might be a job opportunity, my gorgeous Gemini. So a boss, a manager, a CEO of a company seeing how much potential lies within you to collaborate with you or hire you, and they were just waiting for someone like you. And I see here in the Seven of Pentacles that they know your worth. They will first give you an offer in April that is lower than their actual final offer. So when you get that offer for that job opportunity, for that collaboration, decline the first offer, the second offer too, and remind yourself here, they know your worth and your value. They want to see if they can get away with hiring you and working with you for as cheaply as possible, but stand your ground, and in the end, you will get paid to the extent that you feel is actually reflective of the kind of value of your work and what you put out there. Now, the Page of Swords shows us that April will be a month of learning new negotiation tactics and skills, because up until now, you've maybe been a little bit over communicative about the fact that, yeah, none of your rates are super fixed and you are the type of person who is flexible and so on. But you're moving on, not really doing that too much anymore, because you have acquired a certain level of value through wisdom, through actually working hard. So why should you lowball yourself or let anyone else lowball you? Here within the Ace of Pentacles, we do have a very defining moment in April of a new business opportunity that you are going to grab as soon as it comes your way, and it will kind of open up a portal and a path to new abundance when it comes to the material and financial realm. So the ace always represents a new beginning. You guys know that. I also teach that in my tarot masterclass, what the numerology of all of these cards mean. And we also have a little bee here, which, by the way, my beautiful Geminis, leave a bee emoji below if you made it to this point of your reading, because that's the only way anyone would know you're a Gemini and that you watched your reading. So the bee obviously is always a representation of hard work and dedication too. So that is definitely something that you will find lies ahead, but you're choosing so because you want to. Here with invasive, we also have master number 22. And an invasive energy with the master number 22 shows that you're no longer wanting to just take what others teach for gospel or for reality, so to say. You actually want to experience things by yourself too. So you have a bit of an energy of not being, I don't mean argumentative, but for example, if you're dealing with a teacher or someone who has been working in a certain field for a long time and they're telling you to do things a certain way, it's not that you have an issue with authority, but you have an issue with people who think that they have authority. Meanwhile, they haven't even educated themselves in years or even decades about better ways to do things, because there are always new ways emerging that are better in every field of work and business. And here within the Fairy Woman, because you're the type of person who is a student for life and never fails to continue learning, actually you've got this very big staircase ahead of you of heights that you will reach and climb, my beautiful Gemini babies. And the month of April is just a beginning, but each step counts and each step unlocks a new level that you perhaps never even thought you would get to, but April makes difficult, challenging things seem easy. So my beautiful Gemini babies, this is the second part of your reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. As previously mentioned, don't forget to leave the bee emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you represent the Gemini fam. And wherever you are on this world, whether it is day or night, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful fellow Cancerians, and welcome to your April 2024 horoscopes, which is based on your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed picking from the 3 groups I had prepared for you during the intro of this video in order to receive the first part of your April reading, but now we will add on to that by delving into all things Cancer related. So let's see what we've got here. First up, we've got committed. That is music to a Cancerian's ear, because what Cancerian does not like commitment, stability, love, engagements, marriages, that forever type of connection with another person? I wouldn't be surprised for you, my beautiful Cancerian, if you find that someone is highly committed to you during April, even though you maybe thought to yourself you're not sure where this is leading. you will be proven wrong when it comes to having been in overthinking mode about a relationship that you wish was very committed. Next up, here within generous, I want you to know that April brings a lot of generosity from other people towards you. So this is an excellent sign for challenging April, because April is said to be one of the most challenging months of the calendar year. Within committed and generous, trust me, people will show in a even more generous way than you expected just how committed they are to you. So think cash gifts, think a bigger engagement ring than you expected, think more words of affirmation and confirmation paired with action that shows you that they truly care. And I do see here within solitary that the thing for you has always been being comfortable within your own skin, especially if you were either like an only child or you grew up a little closed off from family and siblings and you always adored having your own space and you were a bit of a loner, a bit of a strange kid. For you to find someone who is really committed to you, but at the same time doesn't take away your solitary space, the space where you feel in solitude, like you can grow and pursue your own hobbies and just have time to recharge from the world and socializing. That is like a truly generous spirit for you to be with. That is precisely what makes you feel like you are in the right relationship. And I do see here that in April, it's like you feel you're finding your perfect match. Next up, we have got the Hermit. So April, aside from having some very committed and generous few relationships, as a whole, April is a month of hermit mode for Cancer. Cancer is going to be going into their shell and is going to be doing a lot of things in hermit mode alone, in solitude, and in a space where they don't want to be out and about too much. So in your home a lot, and also just taking time away from the world. The Hermit shows us here that you're thinking of new ways in which you can be of service in your career, and introspection, as well as searching for guidance from the inside out, is what I see in April, rather than constantly consuming and taking in advice from external sources. Next up here within the Four of Pentacles, I want you to be aware of the fact that April will be a month of clinging on to your resources a lot more tightly than you usually do. Now, is this maybe a result of overspending in prior months, or is this just a Cancerian thing where you like safety, so you are a little bit of a hoarder, whether this means you're hoarding items or you're hoarding money? Either way, I want you to know here in the Eight of Wands that it is so understandable when everything is moving really quickly around you, and that's what I see here in the Eight of Wands, that it is easier for you to cling to certain things in order to have that feeling of safety. So having a person so committed to you during the month of April is really going to help to alleviate some of the stress that you would otherwise have to deal with by yourself, and that would otherwise make you cling to things that give you this sensation of safety a lot more. But because you have such reliable emotional connections in April, you don't feel desperate. Now, here within Astrolope, the visionary, this is the message we're receiving from her to you. With an intuitive perspective, I see the bigger picture. That is precisely what Astrolope wants to remind you of. You have an intuitive perspective. Cancer is said to be one of the most psychic signs of the zodiac, next to Pisces as well. So here within awakening and understanding that you've got this very intuitive perspective to you, you often see the bigger picture where others get lost in little details and they overthink little details and stress about little details. So if you're also the type of person who, for example, doesn't understand road rage, like when you're driving and someone is slow or whatever, you have compassion. You just think to yourself, well, maybe they're not feeling well, maybe they're not a confident driver, maybe they're elderly, maybe they've got someone in the car who is pregnant, or someone who is ill or sick or has a broken bone. and you just don't fret or stress these type of things. You see the bigger picture. The same goes for, you know, seeing someone in public who is kind of like not in the best mood, who's maybe not the kindest individual during this day. You think to yourself, well, you know, maybe they're having a terrible day. Maybe they just lost a loved one. Maybe they're just not happy with themselves, or they're sick, or they're in pain. And you see this bigger picture and you understand that you are them and they are you. You could be in their situation. You maybe have been in certain people's situation before. And you don't judge people based on a little tiny micro moment of their entire existence. Instead, here within the cosmos, I see that you connect to oneness, you expand your awareness. It actually brings you closer to others, the more compassion that you can explore and express in moments where others would be rageful, annoyed, or kind of pushy towards other people to behave differently. And when you find yourself having grown and being able to show empathy and compassion rather than force and annoyance, you really know here during the month of April, my gorgeous Cancerian, that you've made it. You've ascended to the next tier, the next level that you wanted to get to. And now it is time for you to challenge yourself on a spiritual level that is so deep that only few will understand. But that is going to be May and beyond. So this is your April prediction. My beautiful Cancerian baby, I hope that you enjoyed this reading and that you found it insightful. Do leave a little key emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you are a fellow Cancerian, because that is the only way that you would know to leave this emoji if you're a crab baby and you watched your reading all the way to the end. Furthermore, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. It greatly helps push my channel out there into the YouTube multiverse. And wherever you are on this planet, whether it's day or night, thank you for sharing this divine time and space with me. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all of my beautiful Leo babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your April 2024 predictions. So this is the horoscope portion that we're about to get into. I've already got my Wild Muse Oracle deck ready. We are shuffling, and I hope that you enjoyed receiving the first part of your reading where you got to pick from the 3 groups during the intro of this video. But now let's talk all things Leo, shall we? So first up for April, there are no strings attached. Whatever you're doing, you don't feel any sort of attachment or like you owe anyone something. And with no strings attached, this is a really positive way for you to go through April, because April is said to be the most challenging month of the year 2024. So you remaining unattached to specific outcomes, that is your superpower, because while others are stressing over whether they got a text back, whether this person is interested in them, whether they are going to pass the exam, you're just saying to yourself, you know what? Whatever will be, and that's fine. You are enjoying the perfect moments within April that are here for you, my gorgeous Leo baby. As a Leo, you are someone who is generous, you're someone who can be larger than life, and you're very energetic. And when you channel your energy into enjoying life, that's when you also become magnetic to other people and the things that you desire. And what you're seeing during April is what others don't. You see the things that are hidden in plain sight. Have you ever looked for your keys, my gorgeous Leo baby, just to find that they were actually in your pocket, or they were actually just in the door, and all you had to do was actually just look in the most kind of obvious place? That's what I mean here within hidden in plain sight. If you've ever looked for your phone and actually you had it in your hand, in your back pocket, you actually had it on your car seat right next to you, and you were frantically looking for it literally for minutes, maybe even half the day. That has happened to me as well, that I was looking for something and it was just hidden in plain sight. And the thing here is that in April, looking around, it seems as though everybody is frantically looking for things. Everyone is looking for stuff that is hidden in plain sight that you see. It's like nothing can really camouflage itself in front of you, and that's also why you are practicing non-attachment, because you can see people and things for who they are. And you're feeling really creative in April too. So your creative pursuits are going to be more or less kind of the center of April for you. I see painting, I see music, I see writing, I see creative pursuits that make you feel like you can express your emotions in a place where you don't have to deal with other people's opinions or backlash. And the shapeshifter shows us here that you have a very unique perspective. The way that you express your creativity and the way that you talk is truly different from anyone within your circle. And as you were younger, you may have felt kind of self-conscious about this. Maybe you even struggled with stuttering. Maybe even reading and writing was difficult for you. If dyslexia was something that you feel like you have, maybe you're even diagnosed. Dealing with depression is also something that can make it hard to learn. It can make it really hard to actually thrive in communication. So you may have thought that your different ways of communicating than the average makes you really strange, but actually it just makes you a very unique artist. And your expression comes from the heart. That's what I see here within water. And April opens the floodgates for you to express yourself in the most authentic way that hasn't yet been seen by the world in the way that you do it. Just think of like your favorite artists in any realm. What makes them different is that they do it how they do it, right? When you think of an artist and their most amazing bodies of work, no one does it quite like them. And they may have also felt self-conscious at one point that their art is weird or strange, or that there's nothing that's quite like it, because often we try to fit in or assimilate to the crowd when actually our biggest strength is to stand out. Ooh, okay. And seductive, I see that you also have some really seductive energy going on here during April. Someone sees you as truly elegant and beautiful. We've got these swans represented within seductive for you. Wearing red lipstick is a vibe for you, and also wearing blues in April is going to attract someone that really loves your seductive kind of side. Wearing white as some accessories, so think a bow in your hair, think jewelry that is made of like silver with pearl or moonstone, jewelry that just has a white or light colored stone to it. That's what I see here within seductive. A headband as well. And let's not be surprised if someone asks you for your number while you're wearing blue, because again, blue is a very inspiring color on and around you, my gorgeous Leos. So this is your vibe, this is your color for the month of April. And I do also want you to know here within inspiring that this is your month of inspiring others. This is your month. This is your month of having been like a closed off shell to opening that up and revealing the pearls within, revealing the fact, or shall I say the single pearl, of your inspiration, of the fact that you are so connected to source, and now you are creating your best work. So April is really a challenging month for most signs, but for you, this is the best, most creative month. So let's get this, my beautiful Leo babies. I hope that you enjoyed the second part of your reading and that it resonated with you. Make sure that you leave a shell emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, because that's the only way anyone would know that you are a Leo baby and that you were here. Wherever you are in this world, my gorgeous Leo, feel free to share that in the comment section too. I always love to hear from what corner of the world you guys are from. But wherever that is, I wish you an amazing day or night. Thank you for sharing this divine time and space with me. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my absolutely gorgeous Virgo babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your April prediction, which is based on your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed picking part one of your reading, so we can now add on to this for a complete April prediction and horoscope. So my gorgeous Virgo, let's get it. First up, we've got Electra. I see some electrifying energy here in April for you. This is the goddess of balance. Look at her. Look at you. This month brings equality. You create and foster reciprocal relationships. You have realized there are relationships in which you had no boundaries and you allowed for people to push you around, to walk all over you, to make you do things that you would never ask of them, and they would probably not even agree to if you asked them to do it. You know what I'm saying, my gorgeous Virgo? But the month of April brings a halt to that. You are drawing a line in the sand. You are fostering relationships of equality and reciprocity. So if you were to do something for another person, you are only going to do it at that time, in that place, in that manner, in that form and shape, if you know they would do the same. Like if someone needs something from you last minute, they ask you for a favor, you're only going to do it if you are certain that they would do the same for you. If you know that you wouldn't even have the gall to ask them to do that, let alone expect them to follow through, let alone would you even think that they would help you out in the way that you're helping them, no, you're not doing it anymore. And I do see here within the Cosmic Enchantress, we have got you attracting a steady flow of abundance. And the more you attract abundance into your life, and people who are abundant, people who would do anything for you, you're weeding out those older friendships and connections that you had a little bit of time to get to know, and you're seeing, some of these connections are just not reciprocal. Some of these connections are based on you lowering your standards and not having any boundaries. And as soon as you do have boundaries, those relationships are in a very brittle state. So that's when you know, okay, these relationships are maybe not the right ones for me. Here within the aquamarine star, we've got expression. You express your intuition with self-confidence and love. So when you intuitively know that something isn't right in a connection, you express it. You do so confidently. You do so with love. You do so from a place of concern for everyone involved, because you also find it concerning for the person who always wants to overstep boundaries or who doesn't understand that they are not giving back into the relationship at all, because you want to make it clear to them like, hey, listen, you're not really pouring into this relationship the way I am, and that's something that you should maybe look at, because for future connections that are going to be without me but with other people, it's probably not going to lead to a lasting relationship if you continue behaving this way. And I see here within temperance, remind yourself, my beautiful Virgo, that you can't save everyone, and it's not your job to save everybody. I know you've got a good heart, and all you want is the best for others. And whenever you see that there's an area in life where you can help someone, you want to do so. But sometimes people can take that the wrong way, which is absolutely not what you were trying to achieve. But hey, humans are humans. And the thing here for you is to discern who wants help and with whom your help is probably just misplaced and a waste of time. Because if someone isn't actually asking for help or open to it, then your energy and your words of encouragement will just be lost on them. And I see here within the Knight of Wands, Ritter der Stäbe, for all of my beautiful German-speaking souls. Ich liebe euch, meine wunderschönen deutschsprachigen Jungfrauen. So my Virgos, you just have this complex in you where you're so service-minded. You always want to help others. You're very detail-oriented. You always want to be useful. You always want to be the person that puts themselves out there to help other individuals to make their lives easier and better. And that's something so beautiful. That's also why a lot of you go on to work in philanthropy and do a lot of pro bono work. But we've got to protect you, my beautiful Virgos. We've got to protect you from the narcissists and energy vampires at all costs. And I see here within the world that actually the month of April is a month of realizing this. This is a month of actually placing your energy and your care and your want for wholesomeness in this world onto the right subjects and projects. So really understanding that creating and fostering reciprocal relationships is at the core of your mental health too, and removing your energy and your focus from relationships that are really one-sided and putting them onto relationships where you feel like it's really two-sided or even completely philanthropic approaches and pursuits, where it's already very clear from the beginning that you're trying to give, you're trying to do something philanthropic, and it's not like a friendship in which you expect someone to give you something back, but you're just giving without any kind of expectation for something in return. Because I think a lot of times, yeah, we say, we don't expect anything out of friendships, but I think we kind of do. I mean, you at least want someone to respect and support you the way that you support them. Otherwise, how is it a friendship? And the thing here is that you're such a loyal person, my beautiful Virgo baby. And here we've got a peacock depicted that shows pride. You take a lot of pride in your loyalty. And we've also got a crystal here. Once someone is close to you, once you love someone, you'll always love them. That's just how you were brought up. That's just who you are. And the peacock with loyalty shows us here that the month of April will not make you any less loyal, but the thing is, you also need to be loyal to yourself, you know? And here within neglected, Spirit just wants to be really straightforward, upfront, and honest with you. It is time to stop neglecting yourself, my beautiful Virgo babies, because loyalty towards yourself is just as important as loyalty towards anybody else. And hey, Spirit, your guides want you to be loyal at this point in your life towards you, towards your needs, towards the things that you deserve out of a relationship. And let's see what kind of spell that Spirit wants you to have for the month of April. So we have this beautiful everyday spell for you to practice. Let's see what it's all about. The Sacred Land Spirit Tree spell. Planting 3 red flowers will keep trespassers off property and help to allow the land to return to wildness and well-being. I suggest you choose from these beautiful red floral options: sumac, poppies, wild roses, geraniums, and nasturtiums. To heal and guard an ailing or endangered tree, try the old Celtic custom of tying a red ribbon or magical cord around the trunk and chanting, "Red for the sap blood inside this spirit tree. Every full moon I will retie a cord of magic around thee. So mote it be." So this is your beautiful spell for the month of April. Make sure that you take a little screenshot right here if you'd like to save it in your phone, put it in your favorites so that you can reread it and actually practice this spell in this month before you receive your next one in one of my upcoming predictions. So my gorgeous Virgo babies, absolutely do not forget to leave a world emoji below in the comment section. That way me and others will not only know that you're a Virgo baby, but also that you watch your reading all the way to the end. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Libra babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your April predictions and horoscopes. So I hope that you enjoyed picking from part 1, which you got to choose from during the intro of this video, where I had the 3 groups prepared for you. But now we are going to talk all things Libra, shall we? And figure out precisely what's coming towards you during the month of April. So first up, we've got the Hanged Man, or shall I say the Hanged Woman. Here on this tarot card, we actually have it in German. It's called Der Gehängte. So for all of my German-speaking beautiful little unicorns, danke, dass ihr hier seid. Ich liebe euch. So in Der Gehängte, you're seeing things from a different perspective than you usually would in April. As a Libra, you are ruled by Venus. You're one of the most attractive signs of the zodiac, if not the most attractive sign. You are pretty flirty, easy to talk to, and you're the type of person who can be a little indecisive. Let's just say it the way it is. And here, rather than seeing that as a weakness, my gorgeous Libra, you're seeing this as a strength, because you're seeing that you're actually filled with creativity and ideas that other people struggle to even come close to. And here within Temperance, I want you to know that what comes towards you in April is actually a month of temperance, of actually finding balance in your life. So if you, for example, struggled with food and your relationship with food, overeating, undereating, eating in a way that doesn't make you feel good because you're eating stuff that isn't really healthy, or it's full of like chemicals, preservatives, and actually you know it, but you just have not found the strength or the nerve within you to cut down on these unhealthy patterns, I want you to know that it's actually a real priority for you in April, because you're seeing things from a different perspective, like we spoke about here within the Hanged Man. Rather than thinking, well, it's a lot of hassle, I'm really tired and I have so much to do, you're thinking, because I'm tired and I have so much to do, I should be optimizing these areas of my life so that I've got more energy and more drive to actually put my life into a balance that feels healthy and where I don't constantly feel overwhelmed. Next, we've got the Six of Cups, which shows us that you're going to be really close with friends and family in April. You'll be spending a lot of time with them. There will be a lot of hugs, a lot of lovely meetups, people's birthday that you are celebrating. And I see a very harmonious time. Also thinking back at your childhood, reconnecting with childhood friends and seeing them from another perspective. So we have a card that popped out, which is the Page of Coins that was atop the pile that popped out. So the Page of Coins shows us here a young earth sign, so a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo that you're reconnecting with during the month of April. And this is someone that you will come together with who really understands you. They're also on this kind of like health journey and health kick. I see that they are someone who is pretty queer. They're the type of person who is gender fluid. They are a very open-minded individual. They have very youthful, young, fun energy, and they're a super liberal person, and you can have amazing conversation and banter with them because you both just respect one another for who you are. And here within the Jade Star, I see that you will surrender. You're ready to let go with self-compassion. You have been holding on to, I want to say, some burning logs that have been hurting you. So just imagine if a toxic relationship was like a burning log and you was holding on to it, despite the fact that it's burning, it's on fire. It's coal, which is super, super hot. It's burning into your skin. It's hurting you. You've got blisters. You can't take the pain anymore. You're still holding on to it because you think it's giving you warmth. You think the relationship is giving you something that you need. But actually the damage it's causing while you think that, oh, it's giving you this warmth that you need to survive is way worse, and the injuries that you will carry from it, those are also far more life-threatening than if you just let go of the burning logs, because actually you don't need the burning logs. You're in a heated room, so why are you holding on to these things? Here within the Jade Star, that is precisely what Spirit sees you letting go of, and you're doing so compassionately because, yeah, you held on to certain things a long time. It may have caused a little bit of almost a feeling of self-harm, but we all are on our paths to learning what is good for us on an individual basis and what actually is really harmful. And here within the mystic, I weave my magic and surrender to the universe. That is precisely how you're feeling here during the month of April. You feel like you're weaving your magic, you're surrendering to the universe and to where the universe is leading you, even if that means it's leading you away from some toxicity and people who you never thought would leave your life, but who you can now tell are not meant to be in it. Within the Moonstone Star, we've got passion. I am entering a portal of euphoric love. Look at you looking all flirtatious and all sexy, my beautiful Libra babies. And just this pose of like looking back and maybe just like biting your lip a little bit, like just putting your finger like on your bottom lip. This is how you're going to be looking at someone during April. You may already have like a target in mind who you're going to look at like that. The person is maybe still coming into your life, my gorgeous Libras. Let's move a little more deeply into your reading. But let me just tell you here, like you're on a mission. You're going to rock someone's world. And okay, we've got the King of Cups. This is a water sign. This is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces heavy person. So in their birth chart, you will see a lot of water sign placements, and they are older than you. Here within the King of Cups, okay, they look like a bit of a bum here within this deck, but the Squid Cake Tarot deck, I mean, it is a funny deck, so don't feel as though they look a little bit like a bum and they look a little bit like disheveled. That's just how they're depicted within this deck. But let me tell you, the King of Cups is actually known as someone who is very wise, very diplomatic, calm. They're super tolerant. They are the King of Cups after all. They have come far in life and they have public recognition on their side, regardless of what they do. And here within the Nine of Coins, I also see that for you, what's really elevating during the month of April is your financial standpoint. So if you've been struggling a little bit, my Libra babies, know here that April will bear some fruit that is finally ripe. So sometimes when it comes to work and business, you are working on things that are delayed gratification, right? That are not going to instantly yield results or give you millions. Like sometimes you got to work on things for like months or even years before you can really see the turnaround. But in April, you're already seeing a little bit of the rewards coming towards you. And I really love that for you, my gorgeous Libras. So this is the second part of the reading that I received for you. And I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Please do leave a dragon emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are a Libra and you made it to the end of the second portion of your April prediction and horoscope. And wherever you are in this world, my gorgeous Libra baby, I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Scorpio baby, my fellow water sign. What is up? Did you enjoy part 1 of your prediction where you got to pick from the 3 groups during the intro? I hope you did, because now we are going to move into the Scorpio specific portion of your April reading. So let's delve into it. You are first meant to receive a love spell. Let's see what this love spell is made up of. So you are meant to create this elixir of love during the month of April. Feel free to take a screenshot right here and I will read it to you, my gorgeous Scorpio. Elixirs are very simple potions made by placing a crystal or gemstone in a glass of water for at least 7 hours. Remove the stone and drink the crystallized water. The water will now carry the vibrational energy of the stone, the very essence of the crystal. Place into a glass of water carnelian, garnet, rough ruby, red coral, red jade, jasper, red sardonyx, cuprite, aventurine, red calcite, and if I may add, rose quartz is a great one to add as well. Mix and match, and remember, if you only have access to a rough ruby and a tiny chunk of jasper, so be it. That is still a lot of love in a jar. And I just want to point out, my gorgeous Scorpios, any of these elixirs that you're making, ensure that these crystals are safe to place in water, because some crystals, once combined and placed in water, they can be toxic. So make sure that you know your crystals and you know precisely what you're putting into the water, because we don't want any kind of adverse effects here. So I just wanted to point that out. But if you know what crystal that you own, elixirs of love are a great way for you to draw the type of love and relationships into your life that you desire, and you can do this beyond April too. So next up, we've got the Four of Coins, or shall I say, let's get into it with the Four of Coins. Vier der Münzen. That's what we've got here. This is a German deck, actually. For my gorgeous German-speaking, beautiful little unicorns, danke, dass ihr hier seid. Ich liebe euch, meine süßen kleinen Skorpion-Babys. So the Four of Coins shows us stability, and it also shows us here that you've got your finances under control. Du hast deine Finanzen im Griff. Was soll ich sonst sagen? You are saving money. You are making sure that you are actually amounting some sort of saving so that you can put that into a down payment for a home, so you can use that in order to purchase a new vehicle. And rather than just talking about finally having savings, you're just setting up the automatic payment orders directly in your e-banking, directly with your bank. You're not playing around anymore. Here within the tower, like the old you is gone. We're done with that. My very beautiful and intense Scorpio babies, you're being intense with yourself in April. And you know what? It makes sense, because they say that April of 2024 is like the most intense month that we're facing. After all, there are eclipses. There's a Mercury retrograde, Jupiter, Uranus, great awakening, you know, and traveling is better off during the end of the month rather than at the beginning. And it's like Mercury is trolling us all by starting retrograde on April Fool's Day. Like, how funny is that? So I just want you to be aware of the fact that April is a trolly type of month. So yeah, build everything from the ground up, destroy the old you. Don't feel like you're missing out on anything, because guess what? Here within the Queen of Coins, you will actually just be better for it. You will be smarter, more financially sound, secure. You will have more assets to your name. You will feel more in control over your life, and you will have a sense of more security, because as much as we want to live in the spiritual lands, we also need to be real with the fact that we do live in a world where money matters, and having enough of it gives you peace of mind and a lot of security. Here within the Seven of Wands, I see that there is a challenge that will come towards you at your work, where the odds are, I don't want to say stacked against you, but there's a group of people who are gunning for a result that they want to take from you. And it's going to be a challenge. You're going to need a little bit of courage in order to step up to the plate and step up to the other people who are in the same industry as you are, and actually be confident enough to say, you know what? I am the expert of this field. I am the one who knows precisely what they're doing, because yeah, I have worked in this field for years. Yeah, I have studied this for a long time. Yeah, I am the most passionate about it. What about it, you guys? What are you going to do about it? Because I am here to take the crown. So that's the kind of energy that your guides want to see from you during April, and to finally demand what you deserve. So demand higher pay, demand respect from your coworkers. If it is not given to you in the space that you're in, just don't bow out in the sense of letting them feel as though disrespecting you was okay, because that's never okay, but just disengage. All right. But the thing is, like, you don't have so much audacity, Scorpio. You are in a space where insecurity has taken a hold. You have gone through some trials and tribulations, and sometimes you think back at who you were 2-3 years ago and you think, wow, I really had balls. I really had courage. Where did that go? And the thing is, like, you were more self-centered then. And Spirit wants to guide you to being more self-centered again, to come to a point where you understand being self-centered, it's not selfish, it's not something bad. Actually, it's really, really healthy for you at this point, in order to not be walked all over and to be taken for granted. Because I want you to know that as a healer, you have to take care of you first. You have to make sure you are good first. Otherwise, everyone will just continue to take and take and take and suck you dry until your cup is empty, everyone else's is full, and then what? And then what, my gorgeous Scorpio babies? And the thing here is that you have to make sure you focus on the best of you, so that you're not just giving the world what's left of you. You know what I mean? And the same goes for relationships, especially if you work in the healing industry. Like, if you are someone who works in the medical field, if you're literally like a nurse, a doctor, if you're someone who does therapy, physiotherapy as well, even if you are a teacher of some sort, okay, all of these jobs are very demanding when it comes to making others feel good, and it's very demanding on your mental. So that makes it even more important for you to make sure you're in good shape before you go out there and try to heal everybody else, because the whole goal, the point of your calling, is not for it to be with you in a detrimental situation, you know? And my Scorpio babies, I just want to say to you, if you needed a sign for April to just go ahead and completely revamp yourself and your style, it's the Tower here. Spring cleaning, getting rid of everything you haven't worn in a year or more, everything that doesn't resonate. Clean out that old makeup, clean out that skincare that you haven't touched in years, that you know you're also not going to all of a sudden use, because the older it gets, the less you will actually even use all of this stuff, and the more it grosses you out. The same with your medicine cabinet, and the same thing goes for those cabinets in your kitchen. Get rid of the stuff that you've had lying around for years. Free your space. You know you're not going to use it. Let's not kid ourselves that you're not going to wake up one day and think, oh, let me use this thing that has expired since 2 years, or that I opened one time 2 years ago. Let me use this dried out eyeshadow paint pot that I spent a lot of money on, but it's now dried out and it's gross and old. It's just not going to happen. So my beautiful Scorpio babies, let go. That's what the Tower is telling you to do. Become the boss of your environment. Make sure your environment reflects how you feel about yourself, or how you plan on feeling about yourself, which is you being high value, high end, put together, fresh AF, and just overall, we're talking queen vibes. We're talking Queen of Pentacles boss vibes. Does a boss have expired stuff all over them? No, they do not. Do they hold on to things out of fear of lack, out of a mindset of scarcity? No, they also don't do that. So if they don't do that, you don't do that. My gorgeous Scorpio babies, we're at the end of part 2 of your prediction, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Do leave a little pink heart emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received your reading, and that it resonated with you, because the only way you would know to leave a pink heart emoji below rather than, for example, a Scorpio emoji, which would be self-explanatory, is if you are a Scorpio and you watched your reading all the way up until the end. Now, my beautiful Scorpio babies, regardless of where you are on this beautiful planet Earth, I am sending you love, hugs, and I cannot wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your April predictions, which is based on your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed picking part 1 of your reading, which was based on the 3 groups that I had prepared for you at the start of this video. So now let's get into it, my beautiful fiery Sagittarius babies. First up, we've got the grumpy red fairy. So this is very fitting for your fiery energy, and April is about being true to yourself. We've also got number 8, which is a number of prosperity, abundance, as well as infinity. Remember, if you turn the number 8 on its side, then we have got the infinity symbol. So it's about being true to yourself always, whether others like it or not. Being true to yourself, even if that means you are authentic and then in the end it puts someone off. Oh well, I guess they weren't for you then. So the grumpy red fairy truly reminds you of the fact that keeping your feelings and your true self bundled up within is just going to cause a fire overload and an overload of emotions that will eventually form into a big fiery explosion, which we want to avoid. Sagittarius, you are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of growth, of education, of also communication. So when you get really angry, it's not going to be funny for anyone else. So make sure that you express yourself prior to things building up, always. Now, Merry Masquerade is about glamour, intrigue, and drama. So the month of April is going to bring this very mysterious vibe with it. There is going to be some drama that you're going to be a witness to. You're going to observe it, and it's important that you stay out of the drama, but at the same time, don't be afraid to tell others your opinion, especially if they're trying to make you part of the drama. Just tell them, you know what, this is your drama, this is your thing, but since you asked my opinion, this is my authentic opinion. And I see here within the sewer mermaid that your sensuality is so appreciated here in April. We spoke about how being true to yourself is important, and Merry Masquerade is about this glamour, this intrigue, this drama. So I see that your sensuality and also sexuality is going to be filled with some drama, some theatrics as well, if you will, and a very, very much exaggerated, very much within your element of authenticity. And the people who are going to be lucky enough to see you in your full bloom in April, they're going to think to themselves, wow, this person is really hot, because they are so true to themselves and they're so unafraid to express. So next up within creative, I see that you are most creative by the beach and on a getaway. In April, if you really want some breakthroughs when it comes to your creative ventures and your work, go away. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but take a vacation, go to a beach, literally get on a plane and go somewhere tropical, because I don't know what you're doing in the spot that you're at right now, my gorgeous Sagittarius baby. I don't know what the point is of forcing yourself to work on this hamster wheel, even though you're feeling uninspired, but You know, sometimes a little change of scenery is all you need in order to boost your creativity back to a place of being unstoppable. Next up, here within Tantric, I can see that your body is not only your temple, but it's also a sacred space in which others feel like they can experience things they've never experienced before. Tantric shows us this body, and you may have heard of Tantric kind of relations. That's a good way to say it for the PG-13-ness of my channel. And I want you to know here that what this shows us is that sensuality, that the sensual part of you is going to really be brought out during the month of April. And what will be abandoned actually is the side of you that feels self-conscious, that feels kind of not sexy, if you will. So we're fully expressing the Tantra, we're fully expressing who we are when it comes to sensuality, when it comes to divine, dark, feminine energy, and we are fully abandoning on the other side any kind of self-deprecating thoughts, because we have learned that we don't need those, and there's really no point in harboring them or keeping them around. Here within the triple star grid in a line, I see that you are connecting and aligning with a higher source, with your higher consciousness too. And it's making you feel like you have got the keys to some questions you've been asking yourself for a very long time. It's like you're holding Earth in your hands and you're looking at it so lovingly, because now you see everything clearly. Because April is going to bring some big aha moments and epiphanies that make you feel back in control. The medicine woman shows us some connections to some native heritage and native cultures that are close to you. And you're nurturing and nourishing your mind, your body, and your soul. Healing is at the forefront, and looking into plant medicines and more ancient ways of healing, even using things such as spices, different teas, herbal remedies to just optimize your gut health as well as the health of your brain, and also the entire just functionality of how your body feels, to lower inflammation, because that's really important for you. That's one thing I'm getting for you, my gorgeous Sagittarius baby. It's like inflammation has been doing a number on you. You may have not known what it is that you have been battling, or that has been kind of making your body a little bit uncomfortable to live in. But look it up, my gorgeous Sagittarius babies. Inflammation is one thing that has been happening and you haven't even noticed what it is, or you didn't even know what to call it. And I want you to know here in the Medicine Woman that all of these home remedies and ways of lowering inflammation are improving your life for April. And this is a really safe way for you to overall up your health during this upcoming month that will be one of the most intense months of 2024, but intensity doesn't have to be bad. Intensity can mean that at the end of the month you think, wow, this was a life-changing month. I can't wait for more. Now, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Please do leave a little matcha tea emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you enjoyed your reading, and you made it all the way to the end, because that is the only way that you would know to leave this tea emoji below in the comment section, is if you're a Sagittarius and you watch your reading to the end. I hope that it resonated, and wherever you are on this gorgeous spinning rock in the universe that we call home and planet Earth, I'm sending you so much love, hugs, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous Capricorn babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your April prediction, which is based on your zodiac sign. So we've already got 3 cards that want to speak that popped right out of the pile while shuffling, my gorgeous Capricorn babies. So I hope that you're ready to delve into part 2 after you received part 1, which was based on one of the 3 groups that I gave you to choose from during the intro of this video. But now we'll talk all things Capricorn, shall we? So first up, we've got the 7 of Cups. So as you can see, all 7 of these cups have something else within them, right? They have like a different surprise. And the Suit of Cups corresponds to the part of you that is your emotional self. So it corresponds to your feelings, your relationships. So as you can see, there are so many emotions, so many different things to choose from in April. And April is said to be the most intense month of the year 2024. And with all of these options, I can see that making a choice won't be easy, but hey, these are some good problems to have. I see here within the Six of Wands that actually you're just riding the wave of creativity and of things working out for you and of having different options for you to choose from. And this is something that you're maybe not used to, that maybe at an earlier point in your life, you just had to go with what you could get. But now you've got options. Now you had your glow up. Now you are financially safe and sound. And the Nine of Swords here shows us that despite the fact that your life is actually going well, my gorgeous Capricorn, you still do have your worries. And it's very valid to have those. It's normal. The Nine of Swords shows that it may affect when you go to bed because you are overthinking a little bit, because you want to make the right choices. When you've got all of these options, sometimes what happens is that rather than focusing on the greatness of it, we start to overthink and we start to get a little anxious and nervous because we want to make the right choices. But there's a reason why you've tuned into this reading and into this horoscope. And since you already know that this is coming towards you, you can set your mind up for success by reminding yourself that you can't make a wrong decision. All right. The Temperance card shows us here that your life is meant to be filled with whatever is intuitively right for you at the given moment. If you intuitively felt like you wanted to quit your job in April and look for a new one, if you intuitively felt like starting that podcast or that YouTube channel, it couldn't have been a wrong choice or a wrong time because your intuition actually pulled you towards making that decision at that point in time. And sometimes, and actually not even sometimes, more often than not, the true reason why you made a certain decision will reveal itself later down the line. Now, next up within the Four of Batons, I can see that what is happening for you is that there is this kind of formation of different parts of you coming together in order to build this overlapping center where you can then derive confidence from. So for one, you're thinking of all of the things you've accomplished professionally. You're thinking of everything you've overcome personally and from childhood trauma. You're thinking of all of the ways in which you've leveled up and created a way healthier lifestyle than your parents ever taught you. And overlapping all of those wins makes for a really strong core that you can build on and that you can always remind yourself of when you're feeling a little pinch of self-doubt because you are just worried that maybe something negative that someone said of you or a comparison is actually true when it is not. Being aligned in April is your jam. You're unfollowing those channels, you're unfollowing those accounts on Instagram that make you feel bad about yourself and your body and how you look like. In Aligned, I can see that you want things to be in alignment with who you are and what you believe in, and you don't want to consume things anymore that are not only out of alignment, but also make you feel as though you're behind. The Fairy Woman shows us you're just focusing on things going up from here on out. You're focusing on taking one step at a time in your staircase until you reach that next door, that next level of freedom. Of course, there will always be another quote-unquote staircase in life, but sometimes we just need to walk up some stairs and get to the next door in order to just shed this old layer that was heavy and reach a new layer of freedom and a new kind of version of ourselves that we think, oh, this is really where I'm meant to be. And within Quarrelsome, the thing that you are looking to leave behind that was always unaligned with you is being quarrelsome, is being the type of person who gets into big kind of arguments or discussions with teachers, with figures of authority, even your mom, for example, or your dad. I just see that it was never you, and often people knew that you would engage in like a quarrel, so they would never admit this, my gorgeous Capricorn, but they would even like provoke you more to get you riled up. And you used to engage in the past, you used to quote unquote fall for it, but those times have come and gone. The Fool shows here that this is how you're behaving from here on out. If someone wants to make a fool of you and themselves, the only person they will actually be making a fool of is themselves, because you're not even going to engage, you're going to just act dumb. You're not even going to entertain someone who you can tell is just quarrelsome and just wants to get into a big discussion over nothing. Here, the Hermit shows that you are really protective over your own space, over you just having peace and freedom from the inside out. And the Hermit is also about going into hermit mode and just staying away of any kind of drama. And in this kind of like solitary space, you find a lot of enlightenment, you find a lot of these aha moments, and you also realize that you don't necessarily need to see more of a person or a situation to already know how it's going to turn out. Your intuition can already tell you the beginning, the middle, and the end of stories in many instances. So my beautiful Capricorn babies, this is the reading that I received for you for April, and I hope that it resonated and that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you leave a little rhino emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you watched your April horoscope all the way until the end, because that is the only way that anyone would know you're a Capricorn. Now, my beautiful Capricorn baby, wherever you are on this gorgeous planet Earth, I'm sending you love and hugs, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my stunning Aquarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your April predictions, which I can't wait for us to get into after you received part 1, where you got to pick from the 3 groups and symbols during the intro of this video. But now we will talk all things Aquarius. You are fiercely loyal, my gorgeous Aquarius baby. That is also why people love you so much, because you are loyal, but you're still really unique, out there, and outspoken. As an Aquarius, you are a humanitarian. Look at this peacock. You don't mind fanning out your uniqueness. You don't feel the need to fit in. And once you love someone, you just love them, and your loyalty lies with them. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. No one can promise you X amount of money or riches to betray someone that you love. Yes, you are very loving, my beautiful Aquarius baby. And April is bringing out even more of this part of you. And April is a month of transformation in the love department as to becoming even more comfortable with your emotions. You have already made some huge strides forward. As an Aquarius, it's not easy for you to express your emotion, to connect with them, but you're doing an amazing job at this. And April just shows that you are fanning out your array of being able to connect with emotions even more. And everyone is supportive of this, and everyone is going to be celebrating you. Next up, within guide, I can see that you have a mentor or a guide on this journey that has helped you profoundly. And this is amazing to see, because learning from those who came before us is always a great idea. So you are definitely looking into some spiritual teachings. You have some spiritual healers that have showed you the way and that give you an amazing example of what aspect you can see the world from to be more in touch with your vulnerable side and not fear that this makes you weak. For example, I really love His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I love Ram Dass. I love other people such as Jay Shetty, Dr. Joe Dispenza. It just allows me to see the world from such a different viewpoint. And once you have educated yourself on different ways from which you can see the world, you just tell it like it is. You speak from the heart. As an Aquarius, that's something that comes naturally anyways. But I want you to know that in April, you will also have to speak in front of a crowd of people. And it's not going to be so difficult, actually, because again, you are so connected to who you truly are on the inside that speaking from the heart will just come naturally. Next up, we've got Love is in the Air from my Wild Muse Oracle deck. And it's crazy to see this card show up at this point with the connectivity of the loving card, because it does show here that romantic love is also boosting and booming for you during the month of April. So don't be surprised, my gorgeous Aquarius, if your romantic life is actually really, really rocking. It's actually feeling good. You feel loved. Someone is professing love to you and is showing that they truly profusively care about you and that they could never live without you. And I see here in the Eight of Cups that because you're the type of person who can also be kind of detached, so you're never like dependent on another person for love, this is actually something that drives others crazy because you're a wildly independent sign of the zodiac. People want you even more than any other sign during the month of April. And the Nine of Pentacles shows that the month of April, like, you are laughing. This is a great month for you. It's actually one of the most all over the place, one of the most intense months of the year 2024. But for you, you've hit the jackpot because you know how to sail in stormy waters. You thrive even in chaos because guess what? You are the inventor of chaos. You are the inventor of rebellion. And the thing with you is that when everyone else is stressing, that's when you're chilling. And the King of Pentacles shows that you're doing just that, and you're raking it in financially too. When everyone else doesn't know what to do, doesn't know how to cope, that is when Aquarius takes the winning trophy. That is when Aquarius takes it all. And I mean financially, I mean the titles, I mean the recognition. You're sitting pretty during April, and I love this for you, my gorgeous Aquarius. Next up, within the Six of Pentacles, what comes next is some sprinkle. You're able to share money and time with others. You're actually able to do some things for your family financially that you've always wanted to do. You're able to support them. You're able to be a rock. You're able to spend a lot of time with younger people within your family who look up to you, who you've always wanted to be a great aunt to, a great uncle to, a great big sis, a great just godmother as well, a fairy godmother, so to say. And I see that you're able to do a lot of this in April just because you are set. Things are going in your favor. To put it in a short and precise way, Aquarius babies, look forward to April because things are going to go your way. So this is the second part to your April reading that I've received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And of course, leave a snake emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're an Aquarius that made it all the way to the end of their reading. Wherever you are on this planet, I hope that you're having an amazing day or night, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my lovely Pisces babies who are ruled by Neptune. Welcome to the second part of your April prediction, which is based on your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed receiving part one, which was based on one of the three groups that I had prepared for you during the intro of this video. But now let's talk all things Pisces, shall we? First, let's see what Spirit has to say about the overall April vibe. So we've got the Angel of Time. You're working too hard, my gorgeous Pisces babies. It's time for a vacation. It's time for a time out. You'll really notice during the month of April how much work you've actually been putting in, and it's going to become clear to you that it is time for you to also relax. It's time for you to enjoy life. My gorgeous Pisces babies, sleep a little more, take a little more time off, and ensure that you're putting your needs first. In the carnivorous flower fairy, I can see that there is a tempting offer that has a high price that's being brought your way during the month of April. Now, this tempting offer could be a promotion in the sense of you then having to backstab someone that you're working with. This tempting offer is someone's boyfriend or husband flirting with you. Again, the loyalty, the backstabbing, there's a high price to engaging in this. And that is just adding a little extra dynamic for you that you are thinking to yourself you don't want to be a part of. You're a loyal person, you're a caring person, you're a respectful person, and any tempting offer with a high price, you are really going to think through before you do something that may harm another person. The same goes for working in a corporation that doesn't respect the planet or its workers. They may tempt you with a really high offer to work for them and with them, but the price may just be a little too high for you because you have a strong moral compass. The Angel of Alchemy shows that what follows when you decline is actually a miracle. So you declining something that is a really tempting offer that maybe 99% of the population would have taken because, well, they'll have extra money or they find the person attractive, so why not flirt with them or sleep with them? So I want you to know that you declining this tempting offer with the high price will result in an even bigger miracle than what that tempting offer originally was. So you will actually receive more, better, and something that you could only dream of when you reject what you know in your heart isn't right. The Star Mother shows that you are so loved, and the Universal Mother loves and supports you totally. And sometimes it's almost just as though you're being tested to demonstrate to the universe, to your gods, that yes, you know what? I am this person. I have integrity. I have strong moral values, and I will stick to those even if I am tempted in the earthly realm, even if I am just a little human who is, of course, tempted by all of the pleasures that life has to offer. Next up, within unappreciated, I want you to know here, there are people who are around you and they may feel unappreciated because everything is going so well for you. They're low-key kind of jealous. And it's not that I want to say that they're not good people, but you may feel some evil eyes, some jealousy once you reject an already amazing offer that they would have taken, and then you get rewarded with something even better. Because when talking to friends and family about this offer with the high price, right? They are going to say, well, I would take it, I would just do it and just not tell anybody. But you're not doing that. So when you reject and then you get something even better, they feel exposed. So they will then feel shame around you because they know that you know they would have taken the first offer, and that makes them feel a way about themselves. Precisely, they feel threatened. That's what Spirit wanted to say. That's the proper word that Spirit wanted me to use to express the scenario. And it's okay, my gorgeous Pisces babies. There will always be some people who feel jealous or threatened or who would do things differently than you do. That's fine. We don't need to allow that to affect us during the month of April, but it's important that you know this is coming towards you. So you are already well prepared and you know precisely to just keep your emotions under control and not allow for anyone to catch you out of character. Now, in The Ship Has Sailed, I want you to know that there are some old offers that are just going to be bygones, and that's cool. So old job opportunities, old opportunities to get back with exes, the ship has sailed for that. And you don't even want to be on that ship, honestly. I can see here you've taken out the anchor of yourself being rooted on that ship, being a part of that ship, and you want to move on to something else. You need a better ship. This ship isn't sailing to where you want it to go anyways, and in order to get onto a better ship, you had to disconnect from the previous one. Disconnecting from previous toxic relations, and especially if you had like a relationship with someone who is so toxic, so narcissistic, so difficult to deal with, you're just not doing it anymore. As soon as you notice that someone is like that again, the ship has sailed for them. You are disconnecting. Quite literally, I see that you are blockiana during the month of April. You are blocking people left and right. Your archive list on WhatsApp is very long, and you're putting people in there that annoy you or you just don't want to have in your life in the way they would like to be in your life. And quite literally also doing some phone-free days where you're disconnecting from the internet. That is giving you life. That is giving you everything that you need to feel amazing about yourself. Now, my gorgeous Pisces baby, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Please do feel free to leave a ship emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a Pisces and you made it all the way to the end of your reading, because that's the only way anyone would know that you represent the Pisces fam. They'd have to be a Pisces themselves or me, the unicorn mom, to know that you watched the reading till the end to leave that boat emoji below. So wherever you are in this world, my gorgeous Pisces baby, I hope that you know that you are so loved, held, and supported, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings.